On today's story time, we have So What? I Burnt a Few Things.
Let's get into it.
I'm 28 years old and I've been married for 3 years. I caught my husband cheating on me recently and I burned a few of his personal belongings and he can't get over it. He was cheating in his car. Whatever. At a popular hookup spot where the younger kids go to have sex. He and I used to go there when we were younger, and we enjoyed sneaking around and having sex. I never imagined he would cheat on me and then cheat in a spot that he could get caught. The most embarrassing part is that my younger cousin saw him and called me. He and the woman were on the back seat and their clothes were on the front seat. I stood and watched him for a minute, and then I opened the door and took all of their clothes. I threw my Coke on him and some of it got in her eyes, so she didn't see me. I went home and I burned their clothes they were wearing and all of his underwear and socks. I don't know why I burned his underwear and socks, but I had seen be quiet. But I had seen my mother burn my stepdad's stuff, and it was in a movie when I was younger, so I snapped. I did it in a field by our apartment so I wouldn't go to jail because I remembered my mom got fined for doing it years ago. My husband drove up wearing only a t-shirt, and he put out the fire. The visual. I jumped on him, and all I remember after that is my neighbor pulling me off of him. This mess could have been avoided if he had not cheated on me. I was willing to try to get our marriage back on track, but he says I'm crazy and he's afraid of me. He knows I only reacted out of rage and I wouldn't ever act like that normally. Why can't he see that he's the reason his clothes got burned? Why is he trying to make this my fault? It's not. It is not your fault.
It sounds crazy, but I kind of agree with what he's saying. She is psycho.
How?
Yes, he cheated, which is wrong. It threw her for a loop when she found out about it.
Right.
But to turn around and burn everything and then say you have no idea why you did it and then you blacked out because you just jumped on him.
She didn't say she blacked out.
She said when he showed up, she jumped on him and the next thing she remembers, her neighbor's pulling her off.
Oh,
so yeah.
She did, okay.
So she definitely blacked out.
Well, it was her rage, right?
Yeah, that's what she said. But, it just shows you have the tendencies to lose your mind. And I don't know if that's something that I can deal with in the future.
But if he didn't put her in that situation, she wouldn't have lost her mind. Everything would have been calm. You see a different side of people when they're hurting or they're mad,
I
angry.
can totally understand that.
It's different. So I don't even think she went a little overboard at all.
Even she said she felt like she went crazy.
I don't think so. I would have burned his house too. You caught him in the act cheating on you.
I agree, and I'm not saying that it's her fault because I don't feel like she's to blame for this situation. But I can also see his side of being terrified of her now. Like I would be scared too. I'm like, yeah, I messed up.
So how do you think she should have reacted?
I'm not saying it wasn't justified.
Okay.
So, I do agree that she acted, how she felt at the moment.
Right, exactly.
It's just at the same time, I can understand where he's coming from. Like, hey, now he's scared.
Okay. Well, he put her in that situation to make himself scared of her, so.
I was about to kind of piggyback off that. So, yes, if you're scared of her, that means that you may have the tendency to do it again.
Right.
Cheat again.
Right.
Because if you knew you weren't going to cheat, then there's nothing to be afraid of, right?
Exactly. Right.
But he could just be thinking maybe she'll snap over anything.
Especially now that she's pissed at him. Because even trying to work it out, it's still going to linger in her mind.
He just doesn't want to end up on a snap.
Facts.
That's all that was. Hey, I don't blame you, brother. But you definitely shouldn't have cheated. That's on you, 100%.
If you want to cheat, just tell your spouse and y'all end it. Like, there's no point in cheating, in my opinion. That's just too much work.
Yeah.
It's too much work. Trying to juggle your marriage and then somebody else, nah.
I agree.
I couldn't do it. There's no way.
It's like a full-time job, I would assume.
Right.
Especially these people living double lives. That's crazy. Well, guys, let us know what you think about the story. Drop it in the comments below.
Yeah.
Yep, that sounds
Drop it in the comments. Tell us your opinion.
Yep. And until next time, peace.
Peace.